I need to find a way through this. So in this instance, moving back to middle field is great. I have to use my last bribe there. It kind of sucks to have to give that up, but at the same time, that's what you want with them. Like you want them to be drive changing. And if you look, my two bribes so far have caused two KOs. So I can't complain too much. Here I am just trying to get Eric out of trouble. Alright, so I have my screen set up. This player here is not fast enough to get to here, and this player is not fast enough to loop around. So any way you look at it, he's going to be making a lot of dodge rolls. So again, you see this pretty effective screen. We've got two spaces in between everybody. There's a double up here to an extent. Whenever you try to make the doubles though, try to make one of them a little bit closer, or both of them a little bit closer. I had to have him here though to get the stomping action. And I threw this guy up here in an attempt to protect Bob. If you look, I should have put him where the Chaos Warrior is now. And then he would have had to use a blitz, and he would have only gotten a couple assists against Bob for the foul. And there's my loner getting beaten up. Well, that's good. That's what you want out of loners. Like I said, this loner is only worth 50,000, and I can't risk him doing something useful. And so this is what I need from him. Alright, so this is, again, this might be where bribes are actually really useful. He comes over and stomps on Bob, who has thick skull, so it's all good. But if you look, this Chaos Warrior who blitzed this guy should have come and put a tackle zone on Mile High. But I think he is incited to foul a little bit more because of my attempts on his players. Or he just doesn't like the big guy that much. But if you look again, he's putting a lot of team value onto the Ogre. This is not what you want. Something that's important to note about Chaos 2 is their armor isn't any thicker, or their Beastman's armor isn't any thicker than your players. So if you play the bashing game and you are winning the block war, as I think I am, because what he's doing is, well, maybe I'm not winning the block war actually. I don't know who's making more blocks. I'll have to look it up somehow. Maybe I'll count them. I don't have that many fingers. But basically, if you throw all your blocks against, oh, and there's Eric the Fish. That's my +1 agility guy completing this screen. It's a good idea. This is a really good screen. I like it. And because, like I said, he's focusing so much on Bob, it's giving me time to set up this screen. What was I saying? Oh, right. If against Chaos, if they don't have Mighty Blow and Claw yet, you're just as likely to be removing their guys from the pitch with regular blocks as they are. And so I got the KO there, and then he gets the KO here. It's good stuff. It's the dice sorting themselves out. So again, you see horns come into play. It's good stuff. Eric the Fish, whenever you create a screen, try to make like the guy who's closer to the end zone, try to make him your high agility, high movement players. What it does is it creates a scoring threat, and he saw it and sent a guy over to take care of him. Fouling, this was a good play. Fouling over here was a terrible play. Again, he's just focusing way too much energy and resources on this big guy. Like, I know it's the only guy on my team that's expensive, and I really can't do without. But at the same time, he is just... like, his team is suffering a lot more from beating up Bob than my team. And that's never the case you want. Alright, so here I'm deciding whether or not to use block because this guy has wrestle. My idea here was push him here, move here, or knock him down over here, and then move over here for the assist. Which is what you see me do, and I think it's good. Alright, so basic rules is you don't want anybody touching your screen corner or part of your screen, we'll say. And so this guy is, or Eric the Fish here, was in kind of a bad situation. He was part of my screen, but at the same time he's touching somebody. So what I did here was I moved Davian behind him, and so now if you look, I have a complete screen, even without including Eric the Fish. Okay, so my loner just got knocked out. The deal here is this guy, this Chaos Warrior, was about to push me into a position where I wouldn't be able to get away later, up against the sideline. And I figured he was pretty much out of range of doing anything useful anyways, so it's worth the risk of dodging away, even if I got knocked down. I'm upset that it was a knockout, but that's the way it goes. Alright, so here you see him make one of his first, well maybe not one of his first, one of the first I've noticed. Okay, a game-changing positioning mistake. He sends a guy over here in an attempt to, and then he makes a go for it. Don't make go for it. Go for it suck. They're the worst things ever. But this is what allows me to stay in the game, really. Because, like I said, his characters are bigger and stronger and pretty much just as fast. And so I'm losing characters faster than he is, despite my fouling and everything else.